Right. Okay. So whatever I'm talking, you can see the same kind of text will be generated through AI interface, guys. Okay. So everything, whatever we discussed, every point will be included here. Okay. So for every class, this AI generated text will be there. So I'm going to upload the summary of the class. So till now, 5 classes completed, right? So 5 classes summary, each class summary I just uploaded in the B53. I'm going to create one more tracker as discussed in the last class. So in the tracker, I'm going to add each person. Okay, so each person entry, whether you did practice or not, I'm going to track it, guys. So this is all about the material. Is it clear, guys, everyone? I hope you can see now itself. If you want, you can check it whether you are able to see these folders or not. And don't worry, it is not going to use any of your Google storage. Shanmukh, my storage is full. Is it going to create any problem to me? Not at all. Okay, so it is going to use my storage. You can see the files in your drive. That's it. So it is not going to use any of your storage. Notes you can download, guys. Videos you cannot download. Okay, you can watch it for lifetime. Notes you can download it, but videos you cannot download. Okay, clear, guys. Accessing the material. Is it clear, everyone?
One quick question.
Yes, yes, please.
After a couple of batches, if you delete 53 batch, then will it be automatically deleted for us also?
Where I'm going to delete? I'm
After
not
you
going to
just
use the same folder. I'm not going to use the same account. I'll create a separate account. But
thank
a lifetime means don't expect a 15 years Shanmukh. Where are my videos after 15 years? If you come back to me, I can't help you. Mostly 4 to 5 years on an average, it will be there access. It's not like 6 months, 1 year. Okay, it will take minimum 4 to 5 years access will be there to the videos. And after 5 years also, I don't touch anything. Maybe because of any challenges. Okay, if multiple people are accessing, right? Maybe if some videos are not accessible and all, maybe after 4 to 5 years you might face some difficulties. But I don't think, okay, again after 5 years you will watch the same videos, right? But surely you'll have access. Okay, maybe at least 3 to 5 years the access will be there. Okay, don't worry about the videos, guys. Okay, chalo, clear, guys? Are we good? Relate to the
Yes.
material. Any other challenges? Any other challenges, please? Anyone tried creating VM, accessing the VM?
Shanmukh,
Please, please.
in my local laptop, when I open the CMD, like I IP
Arshit,
config.
Arshit, watch the video.
Bro.
Watch the video and
No,
practice it.
like my doubt is, a lot of IP address are coming.
Guys, Arshit is facing a challenge. When he opened the IP config in his local laptop, he is able to see lot of IP addresses. So what is the solution for this? Can anyone suggest, Harshit?
IP4.
IP4,
IP address.
IPv4 he
IP
must
address.
check.
Yeah,
IP4,
IPv4 for 1, 2, 3,
IP4,
4 is
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, very good. Again, I'm repeating the question. When Harshit is typing IP config in his local laptop, he is just seeing lot of IP addresses. So which IP addresses he has to use? Which IP address he has to use? Again, I'm repeating the question. In his local laptop, Harshit typed CMD. In his local laptop, Harshit typed CMD. And he just typed IP config in the local laptop. So he got lot of IP addresses. So which IP address you will recommend?
IPv4.
Actually,
IP4 address. I think.
Arshit, you must
Hmm?
you should not have to see that in local storage.
Who
In
is
your virtual machine, you have to find your IP address.
very good, Dinesh. Very good. Very good. Everyone,
Because
everyone is doing the same mistake. Everyone is even saying the same. Why IPv4, Prashant? Why you will open IP config in the local laptop? To which machine you have to connect? To which machine
Yeah.
has to connect?
Virtual.
Virtual machine. So why I logged into the VM?
Yes.
Why I logged into the VM first? Why I checked the
Okay.
IP? I can no need to log into the VM, right? I can directly check the IP config, right? Without starting the VM.
Yes.
Why I checked the IP once the VM is started? So Harshit, you are creating some
now I
confusion.
can understand, Shanmukh.
Yeah,
I
you
can.
are creating some confusion. So please go and watch
Yes.
it and then you can try it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So guys, you have to type IP config in the server. Raha, please don't worry. This is your first session. I recommend you to follow the last classes. Okay, I have already shared with Deepu. Okay, please follow those sessions. So nothing to worry. Okay, don't worry.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Right. So let me start the VM again. Check the steps, guys. Every time I'll do the same steps. Check the steps from the beginning. Okay, now I'm going to start the VM. Next, what I'm going to do, just check it. Right. Any other challenges? Anyone tried setting up RDP? Anyone facing issues, challenges in setting up the RDP?
Yes, sir. I am facing an issue while setting
Rishikesh,
up the virtual machine, sir.
correct. I told you, right, the challenge with your machine.
Yes, sir. It's regarding, I think, our operating system.
Correct. You have to upgrade your operating system.
Okay, sir.
There is no
I
solution
have a
for that.
doubt, sir.
Yes, Srikanth, please.
సార్ ఇది మేము ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసినప్పుడు 7 వర్షన్ అనేది ఇన్స్టాల్ కాలేదు సార్. 6.1 అనేది ఇన్స్టాల్.
ఏం చేద్దాం సార్ అయితేనే శ్రీకాంత్ గారు?
Sir?
నేను క్లియర్ గా చెప్పాను. ఐ ఆల్రెడీ టోల్డ్ యూ వెరీ
అది ఎందుకు
7.1 needs some C++ redistributables. You need an extra software in your local laptop for 7.1 VirtualBox. Okay, so it is going to create extra confusion. Anyhow, this is not our business, right? Windows team will take care of it. So there is no difference in 6.0, 6.1, 7.0. So 7.0 is not recommended, or 7.1 is not recommended, as you have to need extra softwares in your local laptop. Okay, so you can achieve the same thing with 6.0, 6.1. So no need of 7.1. Clear, Srikanth? For
Okay, sir.
For 7.1, you need extra softwares in your local laptop. Okay, it is blocking. So you can avoid that. You can use 6.1 itself. Okay. Chalo. So Syed, sir, I can use RDP here with my OS Win10 Home. No, Syed, that is not possible with Win10 Home. You should have Win10 Pro, or maybe try with Windows 11 Home. So I guess 2 people are succeeded. Okay, so they are it's working for them. Windows 11 Home. Okay, very good, Syed. Okay, Windows 10 Home, it's working. Oh, nice. Then might be your OS is upgraded, might be some apps, I mean to say some updates will be there, right, regularly. Maybe when you add those updates on your Windows 10, maybe it's working from then onwards. But generally with Windows 10 Home, whatever they are giving when you purchase the laptop, that Windows 10 Home won't support. Maybe when you enable that automatic updates on, so it will patch it continuously. Maybe any of the patch is helping you to connect to the server remotely. Again, okay, so guys, anyone is using Windows 10 Home? Anyone is facing challenges in connecting to the servers remotely? Those who are using Windows 10 Home, let me know. Just update your laptop to the latest updates. Automatically, it will help you to fix the issue, guys. Okay. Right. Now, I just turned on the machine. The VM is now running, guys. What will be the next step? Tell me now. What is the next step?
Sign in.
Where I have to sign in?
Delete, control delete.
Right,
Delete.
right, control plus delete. Okay. Sign into your server. This is the second step. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now what I have to do? What is the third step?
Open the CMD and check the host name.
Where?
Like in server, open the CMD. Local, open the RDP.
Very good. Otherwise, I'll give you an
Check
assignment.
that server name. You have to IP address to give the RDP.
Very good. Guys, there is a concept in our class. If you are doing blunder mistakes after multiple, okay, what I can say, after multiple suggestions also, like multiple discussions also, if you're doing same blunder mistake, I'm going to give you an assignment. Okay, so that like you have to write for 10 times, 20 times, like that kind of assignments I'll give you. Why? Because these are very simple things and blunder mistakes. Okay, so I'll check those who are doing a blunder mistakes. I'll give you, maybe you have to write this line for 10 times. You have to write this line for 20 times. So like that, I'm going to give you some assignments also in case if you're doing blunders. Mistakes you can do, but blunder mistakes after the discussion also, after multiple discussions also, if you're doing same blunder mistakes, then I'll give you an assignment. Okay, it's not a punishment, it's an assignment. Okay, not for everyone. Those who are doing the mistakes, for them I'll give you this assignment. Right. So this is the server manager. Every time it will open automatically. When you log into the server, you can close this. Next step, go to your server. You can click here once on the blue screen. Windows R. You can make sure where it is opening. Okay. And CMD. This is the third step. Okay. And still you can still confirm whether it was local CMD or server CMD. How can you confirm?
The username.
Very good. If it is administrator, it is a server CMD. If it is your name or if it is showing some different usernames, that is your local laptop CMD. So IP config. Okay, so you can see only one thing. Okay, you don't see multiple IP addresses. That is also one more shortcut to identify. Okay, now the IP address is 192.168.137.71. So this was not changed, right? So click on this, or else I told you, right, this is the shortcut, or simply go to your local laptop. RDP. Open this. Same IP address will be there. In the morning we used admin console. You can skip it and connect. Don't share. See, in the back end, you can see the server is locked as you are connecting RDP. Clear all the steps?
I have a question.
Yes, please, Joel.
For the RDP, you said whenever we want to open application, we should use like right click and then open as an administrator. But for just open directly.
RDP, no problem. RDP, it will work. Any other applications, you have to open with see RDP. Still, you can open with run as administrator. It's not a problem. Still, you can open. Okay, but for some of the application, for sure, you have to open run as administrator only.
Okay.
Yeah, any application, that's the safe side. If you feel that is an application, you can open it run as administrator. Nothing will happen. Chalo. Right, we are ready, guys. We are good to go. Like as discussed in the last class. Okay. So let's start the SQL Server installation. From this point onwards, SqlDBA work will start. Okay, installation of SQL Server. That is the first task. Okay. From this point onwards, everything is ready now. We have hardware requirements, we have software requirements. The things like hardware resources, CPU, RAM, memory, everything is properly configured. And we have a disk space. We have enough disk space. I'm going to install SQL Server in the C drive. So we have enough disk space in the C drive. So we need at least 4 GB. We have 14 GB free space. In the organization, we'll have multiple drives. I'll tell you, maybe during the further discussions, we are going to set up some servers. In the HADR concepts, we are going to set up the Active Directory. We are going to set up the servers. There also, we are going to discuss. Okay. So the drives and all, I'm going to create multiple drives. So I'm going to show you. Okay. Harshit, please be muted. 1 minute and just 1 minute, guys. Okay. Okay, done. Right, okay. So now, in the software components, what we discussed, right? We need SQL Server software, right? So how we are going to get this? Rishikesh? Very good.
Hello, sorry, sir.
No problem. Okay, so So we need a SQL Server software, right? So how we are going to copy the software to the server in the organization? So we have all the hardware requirements. Other prerequisites like .NET Framework installation and all, everything is done. So in the morning session, we discussed how to install .NET Framework and all. So everything is done. So now we need SQL Server software. How can we get the SQL Server software in the organization? And one more important thing, what is the terminology? What is the term that we will use? Okay, this is a term that will reflect the document for the installation inputs. What is that word? What is the terminology of the term? So this is a
Build sheet.
document. Very good. Build sheet is the document. So build sheet is very important. All the inputs related to the installation will be there in the build sheet. Okay, so this is very important, guys. Chalo. Next is, I want to copy the software. In the organization, how can I copy the SQL Server software?
I think through network path.
Go to your local
Very good, Doris.
your local
Correct.
computer.
So in the organization, generally, there is a separate path called network path. So as a DBA, we are going to use lot of softwares like SQL Server software, SSMS, that is also one more software, any third-party tools. So, and some scripts we are going to run on some servers. So where we are going to store all these stuff, SqlDB related stuff. So we are going to store this stuff in shared location. Okay, we are going to store the SqlDB related stuff in the shared location. How the shared location will be like this, I'll tell you. // server name or IP address, something like 10.10.10.56 / SqlDBS softwares like this. Again, I'm saying this is just an example. Depends upon the organization, the names will be different, folder names and all. So this kind of a common path or a shared path will be there. In this shared path, all your softwares will be there, guys. Patch files, software, service packs, cumulative updates, scripts, important scripts, post installation scripts, everything will be there in this kind of path in the organization. So what you have to do, you have to check with the colleagues. Hey, once you got the job, once you're into the company, once you got the ticket, imagine you got an installation ticket for the first time. What you have to do? You have to go to your colleague. Hey, what is the shared path that we will use to copy the softwares? Why? Because we don't know, right? You are not asking how to install SQL Server. You're asking some organizational related information. So that they have to provide actually. If they don't provide, you can ask them directly. So they will give you the path. Your colleague or your lead, someone will give you the path. Take this path, go to the server. Okay, open run in the server, paste it here, hit enter. Then you are going to get the one folder. In that folder, you can see the softwares. You can directly right click copy, right click paste. In this scenario, we don't have such kind of path, right? So if path is not existed, you will get this kind of error. You can see now, you are going to get it now. Why? Because we don't have such path. I just gave you as an example. See, Windows cannot access this path as the path is not existed. Okay, but in the organization, a folder will be opened, and in that folder, you can see the softwares. Simply right click the software that you want to copy and just paste it on the desktop. Generally, it's not a good thing to paste on the desktop. You can just create one folder in the C drive, softwares folder. You can paste it there. In that way, you can copy the softwares. But in our practice, what we are going to do here, if you see here in the D drive, what was attached, guys, in the D drive? What is the software? Can anyone identify the software? Recognize the software? What is the software?
Windows. Windows software.
Windows operating system software. Okay. So how we got this software here?
Copied it.
Yes, when you go to settings, when you go to storage, when you attach here, this was attached as a software there in that D drive. Okay. So now I have to copy the SQL Server, right? Windows installation is done. We don't need Windows now. I have to attach the SQL Server now. I can browse it, choose. I can choose. Let's go with the 2019 first. Okay, I'm going to attach 2019 SQL Server 2019. Click OK. Right now it was attached in the storage. So go to the server now. Now you can see it is still showing the same /S. Okay, just refresh. Refresh. See now SQL setup. Can you see, guys? Okay, in our practice we will do like this, or else you can simply copy paste also, not an issue. You can still do copy paste, but sometimes you should know how to attach the files and all through practice it. Why? Because some people RDP won't support. Again, you cannot copy. If RDP is not supporting, you cannot copy paste from your local laptop to the server. If RDP is there, then only you can copy paste. So for them, copy pasting is a challenging task. So what you have to do to attach the software, same like Windows Server. Instead of Windows Server, this time you are going to attach SQL Server, guys. That's it. Clear, everyone? Is it clear? Everyone, is it clear, guys? Right. Go to the server now. Open this D drive. Now you can see the setup file. Okay. This is called SQL Server setup file. You can see the application. So if you see any application, how you have to open this?
Run as administrator.
Right click, run as administrator. Okay, you will get yes or no pop-up. Okay, just click yes, guys. Why? Because sometimes pop-ups won't be visible in the screen sharing. So when you are getting yes or no, just click yes. Surabhi, what you want me to repeat? Which one? Attaching software? Okay, very simple. Okay, so if you want to attach the software, like how you did the Windows operating system, go to the machine settings. Anyhow, Windows operating system installation is done, right? We don't need that Windows Server OS now. So go to the storage, just replace Windows Server with the SQL Server software, ISO image. Just click on this CD button, choose virtual optical disk file. I gave you the softwares, right? You can download and you will keep it in one folder, right? Go to that location and select the software, SQL Server 2019, and click OK. Done. That's it. Click OK. Clear?
Shabnam, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Like this Oracle, in the Oracle VirtualBox, you are having the machines, right, at the left side. So what is like in organization?
That's
because
what,
I've not
Surabhi, that's the first thing I said. I told you in the organization how we are going to copy the softwares. That's the first thing we discussed. How we are going to copy the softwares in the organization, guys.
Shared folder.
The help of shared path.
Using shared path. This path you have to go to the server, open, run, and paste it there. The folder will be opened like this. From there you can copy paste it, Surabhi.
No. You don't get my point.
Okay.
Sharma is asking that there are so many servers, right, in your screen. In real time, how many servers will be there in our?
Again, I'm saying this console in the organization, is that your question, Surabhi?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Again, I'm saying this control won't be visible to you in the organization. Only Windows team can see this console. Okay.
Yeah.
As a DBS will get the server name or IP address. We have to connect to the server using RDP. So don't worry. So you don't have any access to such kind of consoles in the organization. This will be controlled by only Windows team or VM team, virtual machine team. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Done. Any other questions, guys?
Why we select 2019, why not 2022?
We are going to upgrade, Benaya. So you should know, right? If I directly select 2022, to which version you are going to upgrade in the future classes?
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
I have to show, right, how to upgrade from lower version to higher version. So that's why I selected 2019.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Right, chalo. So now when you open this setup file with run as administrator, it will open like this. installation center. This is called SQL Server Installation Center. So lot of options you can see here, the installation center. Okay, so setup file, we are not only going to use for the installation, also we are going to use the same setup file for other activities also, like rebuilding the instance, rebuilding the system. Everything will be covered in the future sessions, guys. So a lot of options you can see in the installation center. So this is, you can see right left side, these are all called pages. Planning page, installation page, maintenance page, tools, resources, advanced options. Okay, so in the planning phase, you can see hardware and software requirements, security documentation. These are all documentation related things in the planning phase, mostly. Some tools and documentation related things. Okay, if you want to see hardware and software requirements, you can just click on this. You can see all minimal hardware and software requirements, everything you can see here. Right, now what you have to do, anyhow, the system is already set up with the minimum hardware requirements, right? So nothing to worry. Now go to installation phase. And other pages will slowly, we are going to discuss, depends upon the topic that we are discussing, guys. Okay, so we are going to discuss a lot of other things like cluster installation, cluster setup. So we are going to use some of the options in the installation center. As of now, let's go to installation phase. Now, if you see here, there is a first option called new SQL Server standalone installation or add features to the existing installation. So what is this standalone installation? There are two types of installations, guys, as of now. Two types of installation. One is standalone, second one is cluster. Okay, what is standalone? What is cluster installation? Don't worry about the cluster. We have a separate class. I don't want to discuss cluster setup now. It's when you keep on attending the sessions, when you have some knowledge, then you'll get to know what is cluster and all. So tell me, what is a standalone building? What is a standalone building, guys? Normally, I'm just asking, what is a standalone building?
On its own.
A single building, right?
Yeah.
Apartment means cluster. Imagine this is a standalone building. This is a cluster. Means if you are installing SQL Server on one Windows machine, that is called standalone installation. If you are installing one SQL Server on one Windows machine, that is called standalone installation. What is this cluster? If you are installing one SQL Server on multiple Windows machines, that is called cluster installation. How to set up cluster and all will be discussed later. If you are installing one instance is nothing but SQL Server. The technical word of the SQL Server is SQL instance. Instance or SQL Server, both are same. The technical word as a SqlDBA, we are going to call this as instance. Instance is nothing but one SQL Server, guys. One SQL Server software copy is called one instance. Okay, so standalone means in one machine, if you are installing SQL Server, that is a standalone installation. Cluster means in multiple machines, you are installing one instance, that is called cluster installation. Clear? Chalo. So initially we have to start with the standalone first. Click on this standalone installation. Right. So I told you, right, we have different editions. So you can see here, if you are trying to install a free edition, see, specify a free edition. You can choose any of the free editions. Developer edition, Express edition, Evaluation edition. I told you, right, Express edition is completely free. But what is the challenge?
Maximum 10 GB database.
Very good. The database size is very limited, 10 GB only. Next.
No SQL Server agent.
No automation. Very good. Super. No automation. If no agent means no automation. So that's why mostly nowadays no one is using Express edition or Evaluation edition. Evaluation edition is free for only 6 months. Later again you have to upgrade. So who will upgrade every 6 months, guys? It's difficult, right? Anyhow, developer is free with all advanced features. Developer edition is free, right? You can choose this free edition. If you want to install a licensed edition, like standard edition is the licensed edition. Enterprise edition is the licensed edition. You have to select this option. You have to enter the key here, product key. So Shanmukh, where I'll get this key? In the organization, there is a secrets management system will be there. So they are going to manage passwords, product keys, everything they are going to manage. So you have to take that key from the particular tool or from any document, and you have to paste it here. Based on that, you can, based on that key itself, it is going to install either standard edition or enterprise edition, guys. So let's go with the developer edition. But installation wise, there is no difference. So only this screen is the difference. If you want to install standard or enterprise, you have to enter the key here. If you want to install a free edition, you have to select free edition and you have to choose developer edition. That's it, guys. Okay. Now let's go to next. If you see here, these are all the pages, guys. Okay. These are all the pages. Every software, this is common, right? You have to accept the terms and conditions. Otherwise, it don't allow you to proceed. Very good. Accept it. Go to next. Now, before installing the SQL Server, it is going to check, this setup is going to check whether the server 137.71 is suitable to install the SQL Server or not. This server 137.71 is suitable, whether you passed all the requirements or not. It is going to check by running global rules. Okay. So if you see here, total 8 rules are there. 8 are passed. If you see, total 8 rules are there. 8 are passed, guys. In case if any one check is failed, what is the impact? Tell me, guess it, no problem. Just guess it. Out of 8, if only one check is failed, is it going to allow us to proceed or it don't allow us? Guess it, no problem. You can use Inky Pinky Ponky.
Yeah, it is allowed, but
Yeah.
when we use the SQL server, that time we get error.
If it is a warning, we can reject, but is a major thing we have to do that.
Okay. Next, what about others?
You can proceed, but SQL Server will not function properly.
Very good, Joel. Next. Guys, just open your mouth. It's very important. You should be habituated for the terminologies and all. No problem. You can, whatever it is, right or wrong, just
It will
try to.
proceed.
It will proceed.
It
Okay.
will allow you.
Okay, very good, Doris.
Yes, sir, it will proceed, but
Okay.
it will we cannot access some features, extra features in that.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Good. I appreciated that. Okay. So the answer is
Yes.
not yes. It's no. Okay. So again, these are all minimum requirements. If it is passed, very happy. If it is warning, fine. Skipped, fine. But out of 8 checks, even though if one check is failed, this next button will be grayed out. Are you getting the point, guys? Out of 8 or 18, in future you can see some other extra checks also. But whenever any global rules are running, all checks can be passed, all can have warning, all can be skipped. But if one error is there, if one check is, see, for example, if restart computer is failed, imagine restart computer is failed, the next button will be grayed out. Not only restart computer, out of these 8 checks, if any check is failed, the next button will be grayed out.
So only it should not be failed. Warning and skipped are allowed.
Correct. So it's okay if it is passed or warning or skipped. But even though if one check is failed out of 8, it don't allow you to proceed, guys. Are you getting the point? Even though
it
if
is like
one
test
check
cases.
is failed, it don't allow us to proceed. This next button will be grayed out. Okay? Yes, someone is
Yes.
asking a question.
So what is the effect
Like the
of
test cases?
Sorry, Srikanth, I'm not getting your voice. What is?
Sir, it is like test cases passing through that application or like the T8 points, no?
See, it is going to check all the setup administrator or not, setup account privilege, whether you have enough privileges or not. The person who is installing this window is having enough privileges or not. And one more thing, before installing the SQL server, after installing the SQL server, you have to restart computers. The whole machine, not your laptop. Restart computer means not your laptop. The Windows server you have to restart. I told you right in the morning when you have to restart during some activities like installations, patching, upgradations. Okay, you have to restart the servers. Okay. In the same way, before the installation of SQL Server, after the installation of SQL Server, you have to restart. If you don't restart, what will happen? This check will be failed. Out of 8, if one is failed, I said we cannot proceed, right? So next button will be grayed out. Means you cannot select next button. It will be simply grayed out. Okay, so all checks are either passed or warning or skipped, but not even a single check should be failed. Imagine you started the installation, this restart computer check is failed. What is the solution, guys?
You need to restart.
Before that, we didn't do the restart.
Restart manually.
You need to refresh the server and you need to start.
Sorry, I'm missing something.
You need to refresh the server and you need to start again.
Restart. Right?
Restart.
Yeah, not refresh. Okay. So restart. Restart the server. You have to simply cancel this window. You have to simply cancel this window and you have to restart the server. And again, you have to start the setup, guys. So someone asked, Syed asked, is there any way to bypass this restart computer? Yes, there is a way. Using registry editor, we can do that. But it's not good to touch the registry editor in the organization. It might corrupt the registry. So it's not recommended. But yes, there is a way. Okay, in the future sessions, I'm going to show you how to bypass the restart computer. Without restarting the computer, we can only this check, we can bypass it. There is an option called resedit in the Windows run. If you open resedit, okay, so there is an option HQ local machine, system, current control set, control, session manager will be there. Session manager. I don't want to confuse you guys. Session, where is session manager? CQRS. Session manager. So in this, there is an option called session. Here itself will be there. Pending file rename operations. One key will be there. Pending file rename operations key will be there. Session manager and session will be there. Where is the session? Can you see, guys, any session manager? Current control set, configuration. No, not configuration manager. It was changed, I guess. Kernel, power, subsystem. Somewhere it will be there. Current control set, control. 1 minute, let me show you. Current control set and control only. In this, we'll have a session manager. The session manager will have that key. P. Maybe in the latest versions it was changed. Configuration manager, no, right? Pending file rename operations. Maybe it was space. There is one more option called session. I'll tell you. Yes, please.
What you're taking, Sanmukh?
No, I'm just trying to show you something, session manager, so that in case, see, if it is showing a restart computer check is failed, we can still bypass using that. Okay, I'll tell you the check. Maybe in the latest version it was changed. Here itself it will be there, but I don't want to confuse you at this moment, guys. Let it be. Anyhow, in the organization, that's not recommended practice, right? So you can learn it, okay, separately. So clear, guys, about the checks.
One quick question.
Yes,
You
please.
mentioned that a restart computer, if it doesn't pass, we can have a shortcut. But for the remaining all the
No
seven,
shortcut.
So we
No
need to anyhow we have to restart the server, right?
Correct. Yes, there is no
For
shortcut.
restart also we should not do
Shortly
the
we can do
shortcut.
that
Yeah, that's not recommended. Yeah, even restart also it's not recommended. Okay. But there is a way generally. I'll tell you. I'll give you the path also. Maybe in the latest versions it was changed. Okay, guys, is this clear? Is this step clear in this global
Yes.
rule? All
Yes.
can be passed or skipped or warning is fine. Not even a single check has to be failed. Mostly all checks will be succeeded. Sometimes maybe restart computer will be failed, but again, to avoid this, the best practice is you have to restart the Windows machine before installation itself, before patching itself, before upgradation itself. You have to restart. That's the best practice, guys, so that we can overcome lot of issues when you restart the machine directly before installing. Okay. So now tell me, guys, installation of SQL Server is a downtime activity or it's not a downtime activity? Installation of new SQL Server is a downtime activity or it's not a downtime? What is downtime activity? First of all, what is downtime activity? Tell me.
Downtime activity means business hours is very low.
Very good. Downtime. Okay, if the server is down, if it is stopped, the database server itself is stopped, what will happen? What is the impact on the application, guys? In the morning we discussed.
Business low.
Application will be down. So
There will be loss.
yeah, if the database server is down or if it was shut down, okay, or if it was restarted, that is generally called as the downtime. So now tell me.
If it is a new server, downtime is not required.
Yeah. So now tell me, so installation of SQL Server is a downtime activity or it's not a downtime activity? Guess it, guys. Guess
It's
it.
a downtime activity.
Downtime.
Yes.
No downtime.
No
Server is not yet ready, right? Shanmugh?
It depends.
So where is that on?
Correct. Good. So answers are correct, guys. Someone said yes, someone said no, it's a downtime, it's not a downtime activity. Both are correct. Okay. It's actually not a downtime activity if it is a fresh server. Why? Because once the installation is done, then only I'll map the databases to the application, right? So when you shut down, then the application will be down. If the installation is done, if the SQL Server is already installed, so then only you can map this to any application. As of now, there is no SQL Server, right? So if you are installing SQL Server on a fresh machine, it's not a downtime activity. On the existing server, already one SQL Server is up and running. Again, customer asks us to install second server on the same machine. Is it possible, guys? Can I install second SQL Server on the same machine? Is it possible? Is it going to allow us? Guess it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it will allow us. You can install second copy. I'll tell you. Okay. So in such scenario, already SQL Server is up and running. Already that SQL Server is mapped to one application. So in such scenario, you are installing second copy, then it will be a downtime activity. Why? If already SQL Server is up and running, installing second SQL Server, why it is a downtime activity?
You have to restart the
To upgrade it.
The first one, I guess.
We have to restart the Windows machine before installing the SQL Server, right? So if you restart Windows machine, the other SQL Server will be down, right? So that's why it's a downtime activity. Guys, is it clear?
One more question, Shanmugh. Do we need to have a separate account for installation?
No, you should be a local administrator.
Local administrator.
Right. I'll tell you how to check whether we are local
Like
administrator. or not.
what will be the scenario in real time? Is it
We'll be local administrators only. All DBAs should be a local. They should be part of local administrators. Okay, so again, you don't get any permission issues. Why? Because you are an administrator. You are going to do a lot of maintenance activities. If you are local administrator, then only you can do all the things in the server. So that's why the person who is installing the SQL Server should be a local admin. Where to check? I'll show you whether we are local admins or not. Okay. Yeah.
Hi, Shanmugh.
Yes, please.
You just told me the same mission, the second SQL server installation.
Correct.
That is, sir, the version is different, right?
Yes, I'll tell you, but no, there are some challenges, sir. Not challenges actually. We can still install the same version in the same machine. Okay, it shouldn't be like the other version, the other instance should be a different version, not like that. If you install one SQL Server 2019, again you can install one more copy of 2019 in the same machine. Like that,
it is the same folder, right?
it will create a separate folder.
Separate
folder, the separate path, right?
Correct. The path is different. Should be different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll tell you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll tell you. How many instances, right?
Same SQL.
Same SQL.
2022.
Same version.
Okay.
2019, we can install one more copy. I'll tell you how many maximum copies we can install. Okay.
Okay.
So guys, everyone, is it clear till now? Nothing is actually. Fine. Go to next. Right. So this is Microsoft update. So actually it is going to install latest updates. But for this, when we can install latest updates, guys, automatically, generally, if we have internet, then only we can install the automatic updates, right? But in the organization, servers doesn't have any internet connection. They're all connected with intranet, where they can communicate with each other. So servers doesn't have any internet connections, guys. Why? Because for the security, if they are exposed to internet, there is a chance that hackers can hack the SQL server. SQL server means very sensitive data. So there is a chance that they can easily hack the machine. So that's why servers generally won't be connected to internet. So when we have internet, then Microsoft updates will be installed if you select this, but we don't have internet, right? So you can skip this. Later we can apply the updates manually. We can skip this. Go to next. That's what we are selecting, right? Updates and all. We are not selecting any updates. So it is saying SQL Server setup could not search for the updates. So updates, this is expected error. This is not actually an error. Product updates is not going to be installed. Okay. Go to next. Now, whatever setup files are there to install SQL Server, it needs some setup files. So in this screen, it is going to initialize the installation of setup files to help for the SQL Server installation. Now, initially, it is going to install some setup files. Installation means what? Copying the setup file, right? So now it is just doing the same thing. So it is copying the setup files now, okay, from software to the Windows machine. Right. Again, you can see some checks. See here. Windows firewall warning is there. Okay. Still, it is allowing me to go to next. If any error is there, if it was failed See back button, how it was grayed out. Can you select back button? I cannot. It was grayed out, but it was highlighted. See? So like this, you can go and just go to next. During the installation, it will keep on checking the checks, guys, in some screens. Okay. Right. Now check this one. In the initial discussion, we discussed SQL Server is a collection of components, right? So when you copy the software, SQL Server software copy, with that SQL Server software, you can install multiple components or features. So what are the main features of SQL Server generally? If you see, the main features will be like a database engine is the main feature of the SQL Server. Again, listen carefully. Like how car engine is important to the car. For SQL Server, database engine is important. If there is no database engine, there is no SQL Server. Database engine services is the main component of any SQL Server. Now, for one SQL 2019, you are installing one database engine. Okay, so this is a main component that you have to use, you have to select in this feature selection screen. The next important component is replication. And these are the extra services you are going to get. If you want, you can still install R programming, Python, Java, but we don't install these components. Why? Because customer is asking us for the application purpose. So generally, we don't use any of the machine learning services and all. So you can skip this. And there is one more important feature called full text semantic search, which will help you to search the data. So listen carefully. There are two types of features or components. Okay. What are those two types, guys? Specific components or features, shared features. So what are the differences between specific features and shared features?
Maybe shared features are common for all components.
Very good, very simple. Now I'll give you an example. You are staying in a PG, paying guest. You are staying in a PG or hostel, simple word. So what are your specific things that you will carry with you? What are the shared things that you are going to get it from the PG? Tell me, guys. Specific things. Tell me what are the specific things that you will carry with you. Specific means your own things. Specific means your own things. Your own things are specific things. Means you will have your own mobile phone, correct? You will have your own laptop, correct? You will have your own laptop. You will have your own whatever it is like that cloths and all everything. So those are all the specific things, right? What are the shared things you will get it from the PG? Shared features.
Food, water, bed, a room.
Food, water, of course.
Facilities, extra facilities.
Correct. Not extra
Fridge, washing machine.
Correct. Fridge. Very good. Okay. They don't give you one fridge for you, right? In a floor, all has to use the same fridge. In a floor, okay, all has to use the same washing machine. Right. You are going to get fridge. Depends upon the PG. Shanmukh, I don't have fridge in my PG. Don't tell like that. Depends upon the PG. They are going to provide a fridge. They are going to provide washing machine. They are going to provide common Wi-Fi. Right. Main components. So now tell me, if any new person is added, again they are going to install all these things?
No.
No, right? Only once they are going to install. If any new person is coming, they can use the existing features. Are you getting the point, guys? But if any new person is coming, he is going to carry his own mobile, right? He is going to carry his own laptop, right? He is going to carry his own things, right? Correct? Are you getting the point, guys?
Yes.
So specific things, how many people are coming, that many specific features will be there. But shared, only one copy will be there. All people has to use the same copy. Is it clear or not, guys?
It's clear.
Everyone, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So in SQL Server features, we have two types of features, specific features, shared features. Specific means, I told you, right, SQL Server, we can install 50 instances in a Windows machine, in one Windows machine. in one Windows machine means, imagine this Windows machine is a PG. In this PG, 50 students can be accommodated. Each student will have its own database engine. Each student will have its own replication feature. Each student will have its own full text semantic search feature. Means kind of mobile, laptop, some clothes. Imagine kind of, I'm giving the example. Clear? Specific features. Is it clear, everyone? Everyone?
Yes.
So when
Yes.
you are installing second copy of SQL Server, again, you have to select database engine. Again, you have to select replication. Again, you have to select full text. When you are installing a third copy, again, laptop, mobile phone, clothes. Fourth copy, mobile phone, laptop, clothes, whatever it is. Okay, right. If you comes to the shared features, okay, now let's come to the shared features. What and all some common shared features that we will use? Client tools connectivity, client tools backward compatibility, client tools SDK, SQL client connectivity SDK. Only these 4 shared features we are going to install. For this, these 4 shared features are enough for us. But how many times you will install these shared features, guys? You can see here, shared features. How many times you will install?
Just
Only
once.
one.
Imagine this is Wi-Fi, this is washing machine, this is fridge, this is TV. So if second installation is, you are going to do the second installation, are you going to again set up Wi-Fi, fridge, TV, washing machine?
No.
No, right? So only for the first time, we are going to choose these shared features. Sharmu, can you tell me any shortcut to remember the shared features? Simple. If you see client tools, select. See, in every shared feature, you can see client tools, client tools, client tools, client. Okay. So where you can see client, select all the shared features. Very simple to remember. Where you can see client, you can select the shared features, guys. Clear? So total 3 specific, 4 shared features I'm installing for the first time. Next time for the second copy, how many features I have to install?
Only 3.
Only 3. Very good. Okay, only 3. 1 minute, just 1 minute. Raj. చెప్పండి రాజ్ ఎలా ఉన్నారు? Right. Okay. Fine. Guys, is it clear, everyone? Please respond. Is it clear, everyone? Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
clear.
Tell me one question.
Yes,
Even
sir.
in the
Please.
organization level, the shared features will be represented with client names only, client tools like that, the same names will be.
See, the same thing you can see the organization. It's not different from the organization. Same software you'll use, same feature, same screen, everything is same. Okay, right. One more important thing is SQL Server we can also use for BI components. What is this BI components, guys? Business intelligence.
Business intelligence.
Business intelligence
There is another concept called BIDS, Business Intelligence Development Studio. In this BIDS, there are 3 main components: SSIS, SQL Server, Integration Services. SSRS, SQL Server, Reporting Services. SSAS, SQL Server, Analysis Services. These 3 can be installed based on the application team requirements. These are not free components, paid components. You have to, in case if customer is asking, hey DBA team, can you install SSIS for me? Can you install SSRS for me? Can you install SSAS for me? Actually, installation is only our part. Sometimes they might ask you, do you have knowledge on SSIS? Do you have knowledge on SSRS, SSAS? No, this is not our duty. You can tell them that I don't have knowledge, but I can install the BIDS components. How to install? Very simple. See here, if they are asking analysis services, select analysis services. If they're asking integration services, select integration services here. If they're asking reporting services, see, you have to download it separately. Earlier, before 2016, SSRS is also part of the components, but from 2016 onwards, SSRS is separated. So you have to download it separately and you have to install it, guys. Okay. So you can just go to Google and type SSRS, SQL Server SSRS components. You'll get the components and you can install it. But again, if they are asking us to install the components, then only how to install. If you select, can I select all components, guys, in this screen? Can I select all components?
No. You can select.
Yes.
Yes, we can
Yes,
select.
it will take time.
No, because the machine learning service and language extensions, they are not required, R, Python, and Java.
Okay, very good. Right.
Is
Okay.
all components need a set?
So you can,
all components are a paid one or a free one?
correct. So you can still select all the features, but the challenge is your organization is going to face a billing. Okay, they are going to get a very big bill from the Microsoft. You are using all these features. Coach water, please. Okay, so every component is not free, guys. Okay, so it depends upon the components that you are selecting. You have to pay extra money to Microsoft. Okay, so whatever you need, those components only you have to select. You can still select all, but there is no use. You are not using those services. What is the use of selecting the features? If you are not using the things, what is the use of buying the things? Right? So in the same way, it will allow you to select all, but it's not a good idea to select all. Clear?
So what are the default components we have
That's
to
what,
select?
whatever we
Like
discuss.
for SQL servers.
Whatever we discuss is the same. Those are the default components.
Okay, that comes under one license.
Correct. Yes, yes. Shared features generally, it don't cost you, but again depends on feature. SSIS is a shared feature, but it will cost you. Right, chalo. So now I have a quick question for all of you. By mistake, I forgot to install one component. Now, I forgot to select this component. We'll do mistakes, right? It's common. By mistake, I forgot to install this component. Now, is it possible to install again the same component after installation of SQL Server? After installation of SQL Server,
Yes.
is it possible? Guess it.
Yeah, we can select the same option and add the feature.
Guess it. Guess it. Yes or no?
Yes, we can add as we have the add features. Our like.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir, we can add.
Instance specific, if we miss, I think not sure if we can add.
Not sure. Huh? Chalo.
Will instance get created if we miss the basic features?
What is this?
Can add with the help of this is written over there.
What is this?
Can add features to an existing installation. So we can add.
So what is the answer?
We can add.
We can add.
Yes, we can add.
We can add. Okay. Later, by mistake, if you miss, or not by mistake. As of now, like they didn't ask some features, but later after 1 year, they're asking us SSIS. You can add it. Whenever they're asking, you can add it later also using the same option. In this screen, you will simply select the extra service that they are looking for, or you can simply select the feature that you missed it.
Okay. What if any mandatory components if we miss, if it get installed?
Still you can do that.
Okay.
Whatever
so instance will get created.
After installation also, you can still add the components.
Oh, I mean to ask that any mandatory components like without that installation will not complete like that.
It's not like that. See, if you don't select this, you don't install. That's it.
Installation.
Not like yes, whatever you select, the features will be selected and it will be installed. If you don't select, it won't be installed. If you select it, if it is not installing means, then you will get the error. But if you don't select and it's not, there is no dependency. I got your point. You're asking any dependency for any components, right?
Yeah.
Actually, no. Okay, if you select any components, based on that components, they are going to install. Okay, clear guys, is it clear everyone? So in which folder they are going to install? This is the folder. Can we change this
Shanmugh,
folder? Yes, please.
under integration services, there are two more checks under below that.
That
So,
is, leave it, that we are not going to discuss. We are not going to deal with the integration services.
okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that you can leave it.
Okay.
Integration services, master and worker, I guess. Even we are not, I mean to say, not we, generally DBS, in earlier versions will have only one box like this. You don't see integration service, I mean to say, you don't see master and worker. You'll see just integration services before 2019, like 2017, 16 and all. If they're asking, we'll select this integration services. Simply we'll select this integration services and we are going to install it. Okay. If customer is asking specific things, they are going to mention the build sheet, whether they need master or worker or both. Then based on the build sheet, you have to select these components.
And one more question last.
Yes.
The last one is master data services. That I also check sometimes when I do it.
Maybe master data services, generally you can see here. By default, we don't install master data services, MDS. Where is that MDS?
The last one.
Yeah. By default, we don't use any MDF features, guys. Okay, so generally we don't use this MDF feature and all. But maybe based on the requirements of the company, okay, so this tool can be used, but this is not our task, like using this tool and all. Maybe sometimes they might ask you in the build sheet. So based on that, you can select this master data services. What this master data services will do, I'll tell you later. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine, guys. Are we good now in this screen? So where we are going to install all these components, guys? Where we are going to install all these components? You are selecting some features means you should have enough free space, right, to install these components. See, when you are selecting the features, see, the drive space also increasing. I mean to say, minimum you need this much. If you are unselecting, minimum you need this much. You need this much. You have this much. So are we good to proceed?
Yes.
Yes. You need 1700 rupees. You have 14,000 rupees. You are good. If you need 3,000 rupees and you have only 1400 rupees, is the installation is going to be succeeded? If this is big and this is small, is the installation is going to be succeeded, guys?
No.
No.
You need this much and you have this much. So if this is small and this is big, it will be fine. If it is big and this is small, the installation will be failed.
They are out of space. Yeah.
Correct. There will be no space. If you want 3000 MB, you have only 1400 MB. Imagine, definitely it will be failed. So you have to check this also, how much free space is there, whether we are good to install or not with the ample space or not. And the installation folders, instance root directory. Okay, these folders, generally, if we have other drives in the organization, actually we will have different drives. So they might select different drives using this browse button. We can still change. Shanmugh, I don't want to install C drive. Generally, it's not a good practice to install SQL Server in the C drive. Only basic components will install. Other features and all will install in other drive. Why? Because C drive means OS drive, right? So if you install, this is the main component, right? It can slow down the virtual machine, the VM, the Windows machine. So people generally, they don't recommend to install in the C drive. They are going to choose D drive, E drive, some X drive and all. But in this scenario, we don't have other drives, right? So we have only C drive. So I'm using C drive. In future classes, while setting up the cluster, I'll show you, I'll add some drives, D drive, E drive and all. There I'm going to show you. Simply you have to choose the different path. If you want to install this in D drive, simply browse, choose D drive and select any folder and you can click OK. That's it. That's it, only path you are going to change it, guys. Clear? Are we good now? In this screen.
So better practice is to keep it away from C drive.
Yes, the best practice is, the recommended practice is, only instance root directory will use C drive. Other components will change the drive path to D drive or E drive. In the future, I'll tell you. I mean, in cluster sessions and all, I'm going to discuss this. Okay. Chalo. Fine, guys. Okay, let's go to next now. So, Syed, that is not possible. There will be no sample of build sheet that can be accessible in the organizations only. Nothing, whatever we discuss, server name, drives, how much free space in the drive, basic requirements, components that they need to be installed, features, extra features that they need to be installed, accounts, service accounts. Why? Because sometimes bill sheets also contains passwords. So that is a sensitive document. So that there will be no sample for that. That is like Excel sheet only. Bill sheet is nothing but one kind of Excel sheet, guys. That's it. Every detail will be there in that bill sheet. Okay. Bill sheet means don't think it's a separate wording and all. It's an Excel sheet where they are going to add all the inputs. Right. Now, instance configuration. I told you, right, what is instance, guys? What is meant by an instance?
SQL Server.
SQL Server.
One SQL Server software copy is called one instance. Okay. One SQL Server software copy is called one instance. How many instances we can install in a Windows machine?
50 instances.
1
50.
plus 49. Okay. Total 50 out of 50, 1 plus 49. What is this, Shanmukh? 1 plus 49, 2 plus 48. Is it something like that? Not like that. There are two types of instances. Guys, this is the first installation session. So we'll try to cover some extra things and all, but that's okay. If you don't understand anything, try to
One default and 49 name like.
yeah, try to watch it again and again. So nothing to worry. As this is the first class, as this is the installation, every component we are going to touch it. So it might be a kind of some what I can say, a big session kind of thing. Okay, so it's actually no, but a lot of people are from non-IT, right? You might feel some heaviness in this topic, but don't worry. Nothing to worry. Very simple. Okay, right? Installation is very, very simple. So first time I have to explain all the components, right? So that's why you should know all these things. So that's why initially you might feel that some heaviness in this topic, but it's actually no. Okay, chalo. There are two types of instances. One is default instance. Second one is named instance. So what is default and what is name? What is the difference between these two?
Default instance, when we install the SQL Server,
For the first time.
automatically for first time.
Very good. Good try.
And default instance means it will take our computer name automatically, and named instance means we have to give.
Very good. Nice.
The
Named
default
instance
one
when
will be taken
we
as MS
create
SQL Server, and next one will be the named instance. We can give any name to that.
Good. Good.
And we change as a name and only instead of default.
Will be discussed.
Yes, sir. Default instance will take name as MS SQL Server, and in name instance we can give as per our requirements, sir. Name of that instance.
Very good. Okay. So default instance means, again, there is no big difference between these two. Okay. Only while connecting to the server, default instance will take computer name. In the SSMS, we'll give the server name, right? Let me show you. Otherwise, it's difficult to imagine. Let me check whether SQL Server is up and running or not first. Then I'm going to show you. Okay, this is my local laptop SQL. Sanmukh, you are still installing, right? How you got the SQL Server? Don't wonder, guys. Okay, this is my local laptop SQL Server. Okay. So, don't worry about this step. I'll tell you in the next session. Okay, why I'm turning on the service and all. Now, let me go to SSMS.
With local laptop also you have installed Windows Server, Sharma?
What is under local laptop first?
Means like in your local.
That is
you
already
are
a local.
instructing.
That is already a Windows machine, right? Local laptop itself a Windows machine, right?
For
It's
SQL
already
Server,
your system is
Windows
already.
Server.
So why I need I can install SQL Server on local laptop. I can install SQL Server on Windows Server also. Okay, both in local OS. I told you, right? Desktop operating system I can install SQL Server. Server operating system also we can install SQL Server. But in the organization we use only server operating systems, not a local laptop. Okay, why? Because local laptop is having some challenges in terms of resources,
Yeah.
like CPU, memory, and all limitations. Okay, so now see here, guys. If you see, while connecting, I have to give this name. This is called server name. If it is a default instance, the server name will be a computer name. Okay, how to check the computer name generally? How to check the computer name? Host name, right? So can you see this name? And can you see the same name? Where is this managing studio? Both are same or not? Both are same or not, guys?
Yes,
Same. So
Yeah.
default instance, if you use default instance, it will take the computer name. While connecting, no need to give any separate name. You can simply give the computer name and you can connect to the SQL Server if it is a default instance. If it is a named instance, you have to give the separate name. Okay, if it is a named instance, you have to specify the name. Okay, so only one default instance I can install in the Windows machine. Only one default instance I can install in one Windows machine. Why? Any idea?
So our local system is only one, so
Forget
The
about
one
local
name.
system.
There is only one name when we search for the host name. That's unique. So
Very
that will be
good.
only.
Very good, Emma. So why only one default instance? Why not two default instances we can install? I told you, right? There are actually how many instances are there?
Plus 49.
What it means? One default instance, 49 named instances. So why only one in the Windows machine?
Host name is already used.
Huh? First one is already used. That's why.
Host name is already used.
Host name already used. Very good. That is a good point. Okay. Then I have a quick question for all of you. Now I am installing 2019 default instance, right? Can I install 2022 default instance in the same Windows machine? Guess it. No problem. Guess it. Pinky, pinky, ponky. No problem. You can use.
Yes, yes.
You can.
Yes.
Tell me, guys. I need answers from everyone. Please unmute and let me know the answer.
To SQL Server.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Only 3 or 4 people.
It depends on name, right? Default will be one only.
Okay.
Because there are two separate SQL servers.
So it will allow, right?
So in one server, there will be one default.
Irrespective of version.
Yes.
Yeah, irrespective of version, we have the only one default instance only.
Very good, Milan. So the answer is only one default instance. Very simple. Imagine we have 2 Anushas in this session, or else I guess we have 2 Srikants, right? Let me check both the Srikants joined or not. Srikant.
Yes, sir.
Okay, both joined. Imagine we have 2 Srikants in this session, guys. If I call Srikant, which Srikant will respond? What is the
Both.
best case? What is the worst case?
Worst case.
What is the best case? What is the worst case? So best case is both
Unique.
both can respond. Worst case is no one can respond. This Srikant will think that maybe that Srikant will respond. That Srikant will think that this Srikant will respond, right? So imagine the same kind of confusion will be there if 2 default instances are there. Why? The name is already allocated. Whether it is a 2019 or 2017 or 2022, whatever it is, name is already allocated. When you type server name here, which server will connect? 2019 connect or 2022 will connect? Which server will connect? Are you getting the point, guys?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
is it clear why we can install only one default instance? Is it clear?
Yes.
Why? Because the name is already used. Whatever version it is, irrespective of version, if one default instance is already used, you cannot install again one more default instance. Clear?
Yes.
Right? So named instances, you can install 49. The maximum limit is in one Windows machine, 49 named instances you can install. And what will be the name, Shanmukh? You are saying named instances. What will be the name? What name will give here if it is named instance? See here. This will be like this, like this. Can you elaborate this name? Computer name slash instance.
Yeah, host name and
very good. Host name and computer name both are same, guys. Okay. Host
yeah.
name backslash. If you see here backslash instance name.
DBA.
Okay. So if you see here, if you select default instance, it is not asking us to enter the name. It was grayed out. If you select named instance, it is asking us to enter the name. You can give any name. Batch53. So what is the complete name of this instance in this scenario? This is the computer name. Okay. Do you know how to copy from command prompt? Anyone, any idea? Those who are already working, that will be fine. How to copy a text from the command prompt?
Right click, select the text and right click.
Very good. Okay. Hit the enter button. Select the text, hit enter. Okay. Right click won't work in the command prompt. Okay. And go to this. And now where is the named instance section? Yeah. The named instance. Computer name backslash. What name you give? What is the instance name? If it is named instance, you will give name like this. If it is default instance, you will give only this name. Is it clear, guys? Everyone?
Yes.
Everyone, is it clear? So computer name or host name is a kind of a family name. In a family, if 50 people are there, will represent their names using the computer name, right? Using the family name, right? In a family, imagine 50 people are there. How we can call them? Using family name. Or in a class, we have 50 people. In our class, we have around 30 people. Each one will have its own, their own family name, their own surname, their own first name. Right? So using this family name, I can identify, okay, this instance belongs to this machine. Are you getting the point? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Right? Now I have a big question for all of you. If it is clear, I installed a default instance. Can I convert the default instance to named instance or name it to default instance later? Later, after installation.
Yes, by extending the.
Okay.
Nice, Anmol.
Okay, so that is the question. Let's discuss it after 15 minutes. Okay, we'll be back after 15 minutes. Take a break, guys. Think about it. Okay. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Chalo, done.
Yes.
Guys, don't worry. Tomorrow morning again, I'll show you a SQL Server installation. Like not like in detail. Okay. So like once we are clear with all the points, tomorrow morning I'll just show you, okay, how we are going to install it quickly without explaining all these things again. Okay. So just as we have to discuss all the components, just bear with me for this session, but don't worry. Okay. Clear, guys? Chalo. Now let me go to the server again. What is the answer? What is the answer? Anyone tried Googling it? One important thing, guys, I just want to tell you. You are going to try as an experienced professionals. Right. For 4 years, 5 years, you are going to keep it. You can put it at least 4 to 5 years, no doubt at all. You can use up to 4 to 5 years or up to 6 years also. Okay. But the thing is, it's not like as the resume is in our hands, whatever experience I want, I can give it. You should behave like a 5 years experienced guy, right? Fine. So for that, what you have to do, guys, generally, if any issue is there, try Googling it first. In these 2-3 months of experience, if you are Googling, you will get to know the keywords to Google the things in a better way. Why? Because professionals, you should have solution. You should know the solution. If you don't know the solution, you should know how to use the Google. Again, I'm saying IT professionals means don't think they are like coming from down to earth or else from top to bottom they came or they came from another world. No. IT professionals are nothing but those who knows how to use the Google properly. Okay. So you should be able to use the Google properly. So when you will get that experience, if you are keep trying, you have to know the keywords. If you use one keyword, you will get a different results in the Google. If you use another keyword, you'll get a different results in the Google. So you should know how to Google it. So whenever you got any error, what is the first thing you have to do?
Google.
Open the WhatsApp, tick, 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 Shanmukh. Yes, Shanmukh. Shanmukh, I'm getting this error, right?
Google.
Instead of that, again, you can come back to me. I don't have any issues. But the thing is, you should know how to Google it, guys, please. So once you are comfortable in Googling, you'll get to know what kind of keywords that we can use for the better results and all. Okay. So always errors are a good way of learning the things. Like problems, we have a saying, right? Problems are stepping stones kind of thing. In the same way, errors also stepping stones to learn the things properly, guys. Try to do mistakes. Try to do mistakes. The same kind of errors you can see in the organization. So learn the things from the mistakes. Google it. Okay, I did like this. I selected this option. Let's see what kind of error we'll get it. I told you, like, if we discuss a 2 hours, 3 hour session, you have to practice for 4 hours, 5 hours a day. What you are going to practice 4 hours, 5 hours a day? Hardly 1 hour is enough. But why we have to spend 4, 5 hours exploring the things? Try to explore it. Shanmukh selected this option. If I select this option, what will happen? Explore it. When you love the subject, then you will explore it. So love the subject, guys. You can think in many ways, in multiple ways. At least before asking me, Google it. What kind of things that we can find it in the Google? Before asking me, Google it. You can, at least you will get to know 1 or 2 extra points. If you come back to me, I'll simply tell you, okay, this is the solution. Okay, chalo, there the matter ends. But if you Google it, you will get to know at least 1 or 2 points extra. Fine. Chalo. Now the answer is, what is the answer? Any guess? Can we convert default to name to default?
No.
Any guess?
We can't convert.
No.
No.
So the answer is No, okay, that is not possible. So once you install default instance, that's default only. Once you install named instance, that's named only. I cannot default to named, vice versa, name it to default. I have a quick question. So for the first time, which instance I have to install, default or named?
Default.
Default.
For the first time in the Windows machine,
Default.
Default?
Will automatically take a default.
No, it will take default. That's okay. But do we need to really install default, or we can first time we can install?
We can
named
install
also?
name.
Both.
Yeah, we can install named also.
Anything is fine. It's not mandatory to have a default instance in the Windows machine. It's not mandatory. Again, it's not mandatory to have a default instance in the Windows machine. Don't think like named instance will work based on the default instance. No. Okay. So named instance is a separate entity. Default instance is a separate entity. So no dependency on any of the instances. The first time can be a default. First time can be a named. Can be any instance. Clear?
One quick question.
Yes, please.
Few minutes back, when you showed the server name, the default name came automatically without typing, right?
Correct.
So it is mandatory, right?
It's not mandatory. I can go ahead and I can give the instance name. I can go ahead to install. Mandatory means what? If I select default, if I'm not able to select named instance in the first time, right? It should be grayed out. That is called mandatory. But I'm able to select named right now. And its next button is also enabled. I can give the name, I can go ahead. If it is not allowing me to select named instance, that is mandatory. It's not mandatory. The one that you discussed, that is a default option. By default, default will be selected, but it can be changed. Clear, guys? Are we good now? Tomorrow I'll install named instance. Okay. Anyhow, today we'll complete default, right? Tomorrow morning I'll install named instance quickly.
Shanmukh, but for a particular instance, we can rename it, no? If it is named, so we can rename it.
Very good question. Let me discuss about the named instance now. So named instance, what are the things that you have to remember while naming an instance? Okay. While naming an instance, what are the things you have to keep in mind? The instance name cannot be more than 15 characters. Characters or numbers, whatever it is. Okay. Instance name should start with alphabets only. Instance name does not allow any special characters except dollar and underscore. It will accept only these two in the instance name. Again, so when typing the instance, say I'm giving one name, random name I'm giving, typing something, it is not allowing me. I'm typing, still it is not allowing me. Why? That's it. I told you, right? 15 characters it will allow. You cannot give more than 15 characters. Second, is it a good way of giving an instance name? 53 batch. Can I give like this?
No. It should start.
Starts with alphabets only. You can give batch 53. It will allow numbers, but not in the starting. Okay. And is it good, guys? Can I give name like this? Can I give name like this?
No.
No or yes?
No.
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 Space not allowed.
Why?
No, you need to include the.
No space not allowed.
Space is also a special character. Okay.
Yeah.
Space is also a special character. It don't allow. So you can either include this or dollar symbol or underscore symbol. Okay. These are the specifications. So someone asked, Shanmukh, can we change the instance name? Now I'll give you batch 53, batch 50, batch underscore 53. Can I change it later?
Yes, yes. Same question I was.
Guess it. Can we change the instance name, guys? Named instance name or default instance name?
I think we can change.
Yes, we can change.
So the answer
No,
is
we can't change.
we can change it, but it's not recommended to change. Okay, we can change it. It will allow us. You have to do some registry edit. Binaries you have to edit, so it's not recommended. Sometimes it can be a vulnerability. Sometimes it cannot be worked properly. Okay, we can change it, but it's not recommended, guys. Clear now? Okay. Yes, please.
Yes.
Yeah, one question. If we can't, if it is not recommended, how we clone means if we want to clone this name instance, same name should be on the server or?
There is another option. You have to migrate. If you are still thinking to change it, you have to migrate the data. You have to install a new instance with a new name, and you have to migrate the old server data to new server. That is the recommended way. Another way is changing the binaries. Okay, changing the binaries is not a recommended way. It might corrupt the instance. The safest way is create one more instance, 71, right? 137.71, right? Create 137.72, install new SQL server with a new name, okay? And copy the data from this server to that server. Okay? Guys, questions? Chalo, okay, you can see here, currently you can see in this window, any installed instances are there or not. Any installed instances are there, guys?
No.
No, you can see the box is empty. If any installed instance is there already, you can see here. If it is there, you can see instance name, instance ID, features, edition, version, everything you can see. What is instance ID? The folder will be created in the C program files MySQL server, MS SQL server. I'll show you. Instance ID is nothing but the folder that will be created after the installation. Okay, so let me show you in my local laptop. I am going to show you in my local laptop. See, program files, Microsoft SQL Server. See here, folders, how they are created. These are instance IDs here. Clear? Okay, the instance ID is nothing but the folder that will be created in the drive when you install the SQL Server. Let's go to next.
Instance ID should be same, right? What
Not mandatory. It is allowing us to edit. You can change it. But I'll tell you why we don't change generally. In the organization, we don't change it. Why? Because if this instance is installed, we are going to check the folder for a default instance. If you give some other name, how can I recognize that is a default instance folder?
There will be confusion with the directory.
Correct. So to avoid confusion, we generally we don't recommend to change the instance ID. We'll give the same instance ID. Right. Now, very important concept called service account. What is this, guys? Service account. Let's go to draw.io. What is the use of the SQL Server, guys? Tell me.
To store that data.
Very good.
Retrieve data and process.
Process data.
So how you are going to store it?
In the form of tables.
Very good. So that means you are going to insert the data, right? Insert means which operation? Read operation or write operation?
Right.
Write
Right.
operation. Write operation. Very good. So that means the data has to be written to the
Tables database.
where physically where it is going to return. Imagine this is your Windows server. This is your SQL server. We installed a SQL server here. Right. So now using an application, let's go with one application. Gear symbol. Where the data will be stored? Database, right? In SQL Server, we'll have databases, guys. In SQL Server, we'll have databases. Imagine this is Amazon.com. Someone is buying some item. Imagine I am buying a mobile phone. Insert into. This is a command, guys, generally. Mobiles. Okay. Insert into table name, values, 1, iPhone 15. Okay. And something price is 1,50,000. And username is Shanmukh. Right? So this kind of command will be generated from the application side. And this command, where it will go, guys, from the application?
Into the database.
Very good. Database means what? Database means physically, the database physically will be organized into the drives. Are you getting the point, guys?
Yes.
Drive. So your data will be stored at the end of the day. The data will be stored. Logically, it will be stored in the database, but physically, it will be written to the disk. Guys, are we good? Are we good till now?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now the data which is coming from the application will goes to database, means physically it will go to the disk, right? So that means this data has to be written to the disk, right? This disk, this data, for example, you are creating a one file in the laptop. So when you save that file, it will be permanently stored in your drive, right? Correct? When you save that file, it will means permanently stored means what? It is going to return the data to the disk, right? Who will write that? Someone has to write, right? Who will write that? Who will write this data to this disk?
Developers, SQL developers.
Developers will keep on writing the data, every record, okay, chalo, like an accountant who is holding.
Database backup database.
There is a mechanism called service account. Okay. The service account, Control Z, the service account will be there in the behind. This service account will help to write the data to this disk. Are you getting the point, guys?
Yes, sir.
Who is going to help to write the data? Not only SQL Server, any service. Any service. Say, for example, you are installing, you are using Avesta antivirus. What is the functionality of antivirus software, guys? Tell me the functionality of antivirus software.
To prevent hackers.
Right?
Secure data.
What is the mechanism? How it will work?
Predefined threads would be mentioned in that.
Very good, Swapna. Very good. Super. Super. I'll tell you guys how Avesta will work if you don't have idea. Avesta will maintain its own database. Okay. In this database, it will maintain the history of the virus files. .kll, .brv. Tell me any virus file extensions, guys. Any virus file extensions. .trojan horse. Okay. New folder. Something will be created, right? So it will keep maintaining the list of virus files. And in the Windows machine, we will have a list of some other files, same supported files. Here in the Windows machine, we will have .dll, .rll, .msi, .msp. These are some basic files in the Windows machine. So your Avesta will compare. Okay, there is a file called, okay, something like movies. .kll file is there. Now, what is this KLL? What is the extension? Virus attack extension, right? Avesta will keep checking the virus files in the server or laptop. Dot KLL is equal to dot DLL. True or false? Dot KLL is equal to dot DLL. True or false?
False.
False. False.
It will mark this as a normal file, good file. Dot KLL is equal to dot RLL. False.
False.
Dot KLL is equal to dot MSI. False. Dot KLL is equal to
False.
dot MSP. False. Dot KLL is equal to movies dot KLL.
True.
True. It will. So once it is true, it will mark this file as a virus file. Now it will create the list of virus files. Hey Shanmukh, I scanned your system.
Movies.
Sorry,
Okay,
what
okay.
happened?
Okay.
Extension you have to
Extension.
see.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey Shanmukh, I found these are the virus files. What you want me to do? Is that okay to keep this file, or you want me to delete? If I said okay, delete, what will happen? The file will be deleted. Delete means which operation? Delete means which operation?
Write operation.
Write operation.
Operation, yes.
Okay, scanning means which operation? Read or write operation?
Read.
Read operation. So it will read, and then if any virus files found, it will delete, means write operations. So that's why we have to keep on updating the antivirus softwares. When you update antivirus softwares, it will keep adding the virus files extensions. Like this, it will keep adding the virus file extensions. You know the importance why we have to update the antivirus softwares, guys, now? Okay, fine. So who is going to, so what antivirus is going to do? It is going to read all the files in the machine. It is going to write the data whenever there is a need. So write and read operations. Who are going to do all these operations, read and write operations? Who is going to do, guys?
Service.
Database.
This antivirus service account will going to do that. Very simple thing. In the machine, if you need some data from the SQL server, you cannot jump into the drive. You cannot pull the data. Who is going to do that business?
Service account.
Service account. Are we
Service
good, guys,
account.
now? Are we good now? Service account. Everyone, is it clear?
Yes.
So Shanmukh, I have installed a lot of softwares. Why it is asking service account only for SQL Server? Every service will have service account. Where we can check? Go to services.msc. See here, last column, log on as. This column is actually service accounts. But while installing any software, it don't ask us why. It will select the default service accounts. Clear, guys? But SQL Server is very important software. So it will ask us, hey, Shanmukh, you want me to use default accounts, or do you have any specific service account with you? Let me know. I can help you. If you have a specific account, I'm okay with you. You can just replace your specific account. Why I'll go for specific account, guys? I'll give you a small example again. In a room, one guy is staying. Okay, one guy is there in a room. He is just staying. So he has a maid. Okay, daily she is coming to the room. She is cleaning whatever is there. She is cleaning and she is completing the work and she is going. For that, she is taking 30 minutes to complete. Tomorrow, one more guy is added to the same room. Okay, now two people are there. Now, how much time that maid will take, guys, to complete the works? Maybe 45 minutes. Third person is added. How much time she will take to complete the things, work? Maybe 1 hour. So when people are adding, the work is also increasing, right? Right. So in this Windows machine, not only SQL Server, lot of other services also running. Are you getting the point? If I use same default accounts, it might, so earlier the same work can be done in 30 minutes. Now it is taking 1 hour, means the performance is degrading, right? When we are adding some people to the room, the maid is taking 1 hour to complete the work. If you are adding 4 more people, 5 more people, how much time she will take to complete the work? Are you getting the point, guys? I am already having some softwares in this machine. The service accounts are already busy with the software, and you are adding one more software, which is SQL Server. So it is again, it is going to impact the performance of the SQL Server. So I am not interested to use the default accounts. So let's go with a customized service account. Even though the maid is coming, what I'll do, okay, she's taking a lot of time to complete. No, this is not a good practice. Chalo, I'll do like this. I'll recruit one more maid, a special maid for my purpose. Okay, so when I recruit one more maid for me, she will work only for me. She don't touch other work. So in the same 30 minutes, I can complete my work, right? Clear, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's called customized service account. If you want, you can use default. If you want, you can use customized service account. Are you getting the point, guys? Clear? Service account, everyone? Service account is an account which helps to run the service. That is the first definition. Service account is an account which helps to run the service. Is an account which helps to run the service. Service account is going to read and write the data from the disk and to the disk. Who will enter into the disk? Who will read? Who will write your service account? Okay, so we have two types of service accounts. Default service accounts that you will get it with a Windows machine, and customized service accounts. Okay, clear, guys? Guys, again, please don't worry. I told you, right, this is a kind of a little heavy at this stage, but don't worry, very simple topic. Nothing to worry. I'm trying to simplify as much as I can. Okay, but again, tomorrow morning I'll show you. I'll install the named instance. Okay, chalo. So I'm going to use generally in the organization to improve the performance of the SQL server. We are going to create our own service accounts. Those are called customized service account. Okay, clear, guys? Are we good now? So Shanmukh, now I'm going to install with the default. Later, can I change the service account after installation? Is it possible? Guess it.
Yes.
No.
No. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, no.
I think we can change.
Very good. Yes, we can change. We can change. I told you, right, that she's a maid. If I don't like that maid, I can change, right? Correct, guys? I can change it, but it's a downtime activity. When I change the maid, what will happen generally? Maybe after 1 day or 2 days, maybe after 1 day or 2 days, the new maid will come. So 2 days I have to do my own work, right? So that is a downtime activity. Okay. Why? Because you have to restart the SQL server after changing the service account. So I'll show you how to change it after the installation. I'll show you. Clear, guys? Are we good now? Service accounts. Are we good? I'll tell you about the startup type. Okay. I'll tell you. Means very simple. These are the services. See here. These are all the services will be created after the SQL server installation. See how many services are creating, guys? How many services are creating? 4 services. As of now, you can see 4. Okay. So these are the services that will be created generally. Okay. During the installation, after the installation, it will be created. So each service will have a service account, and the service, whether how they are going to start, manually they are going to start or automatic. I'll tell you the startup type and all tomorrow. Okay. And the passwords and all we'll discuss tomorrow. So if you go to collation settings, collation settings is nothing but language settings, guys. Very simple. Collation settings is nothing but language settings. So what kind of language you are going to use in the SQL server? You are going to use English, you are going to use French, you are going to use Chinese, you are going to use Japanese, you are going to use some other languages you can see here. Chinese, Czech. Okay. Unfortunately, there is no Hindi. Japanese also there. Okay, Korean is also there. So no Indian languages, I guess, right? Right. So these are all the different languages. Say, for example, if you see Chinese website, you can see everything in Chinese language only. Right? So from where it is coming, the database. So if you're interested, if you want to store Chinese data, you can choose Chinese collation settings. If you want a specific French data, French collation settings. Spanish, whatever, depends upon the application requirement, you can choose the collation settings. But the default collation settings are, this is the one, SQL. Again, very important, in the entry they will ask you what are the default collation settings in the SQL server. SQL Latin 1, General, CP1, CIAS. SQL Latin. Latin is the English language. Means like how Sanskrit is there for all Indian languages, Latin is also there for the English language, like General. CP1 means code page 1. CI means case insensitive. AS means accent sensitive. Okay, this is the default collation settings. 90% will use this collation settings only during the installation. Can we change the collation settings, language settings after the installation?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Guess it.
Yes.
So the answer is yes, we can change it. But again, like instance name, not recommended to change. The safest way is you have to migrate with a new collation settings. Okay. Chalo? Right. That's it, guys. We came to the end of the installation. Now let's go to the next screen. These things that will be discussed later. As of now, authentication modes. There are two types of authentication modes: Windows authentication mode, mixed mode authentication. Will be discussed in the security concept. Okay, what is Windows? What is mixed mode? How they are going to work? Initially, let's go with Windows. Later also, after the installation, we can change the mode. Means authentication means how you are going to log into the SQL server. There are two ways. If you see here in the management studio, authentication. See, Windows and SQL server. Forget about these three. These are related to Azure. The only two authentication modes: Windows and SQL. So when you choose Windows, it is not asking any password. So Shanmukh, it is not asking any password, right? So can we connect without password? Where is the security? If you choose SQL authentication, it is going to ask username and password. You have to give both. If it is satisfied, then only it will allow you. So when you choose Windows authentication, it is not asking password. Why? Is it secure?
So on the local system admission.
Yeah, we'll be discussing in the security session. I'll explain everything with the diagrams. Okay, don't worry. So this is your authentication mode. So you can use Windows or mixed, or you can install with any of the authentication mode. Later you can change it. Generally in the organization we'll choose mixed mode authentication. So I'll tell you during the security concept we will discuss. One more very important concept is you are installing the SQL server, right? To whom you are installing? Who is going to work?
Users.
Users.
Administrator.
Means, right. Users means developers and DBAs, right? So you have to allow at least one person during the installation. You have to add at least one account. If you add this account can give permissions to other accounts. Later, tomorrow, some Doris is coming to me, hey Shanmukh, can you give me the access to the server? Sure, I can give you. So if I want to give access to Doris, first of all, I should have access, right? Right? Who can give access? Not the third person, right? Those who are having access on the server, they only can give the access, right? So here you have to give at least one user account so that this person can log in, this person can give access to other people. Is it clear, guys? Everyone? At least one user account should be there. Otherwise, no one can log into the SQL server. So if you can't log into the SQL server, what is the use of the SQL server? Right? So that's why at least one person you have to add here. This is called authentication screen. Data directories will be discussed tomorrow. I can store the data in different drives. I can store the root directory. I can use a separate drives for database directory, user database, log file directory, backup directory. I can use different drives. But don't worry, will be explained. Will be discussed tomorrow morning. Okay. Temp DB, max stop, memory, everything will be discussed in the performance tuning. File stream is nothing but it's a feature for the video related content. Like YouTube, we have Netflix, we have Prime, we have these applications are going to store video content, right? So if you want video content, you have to enable the file stream option. File stream will allow you to store the video content data, video related data. Clear? I'm not going to enable any file stream. So let's go back to server configuration. Go to next. That's it, guys. Finally, we are good to go. This is the last screen. I'll take just 10 minutes. Don't worry. Now, I want to tell you one thing. We have selected a lot of options. Initially, if you remember or not, we have selected develop edition. Then we have selected install button and PowerShell installation. I mean to say, forget about PowerShell and all. And we have selected these features: engine, replication, full text, client tools. These features, specific and shade. We gave the instance name, instance ID, and we gave the path, and we gave the product updates, no updates, and we gave the service accounts. You can see here, instance configuration, service accounts, paths, configurations, memory. So everything you gave, right? Accounts to access, administrator. So full text search and all we gave, right? Actually, Windows machine don't understand all these things. It knows only command. It don't know the GUI. Windows machine don't know the GUI. We don't know the command to install SQL Server. What is the solution? We will use this GUI. GUI window will convert your actions into command. So now, whatever we have selected, everything will be converted into a command. Shanmukh, where I can see in this file, you can see that command. Configuration file.ini. Okay, in this file, the command will be stored. When I click on install, this file will be called into the command prompt. It will take 1111 inputs, whatever we gave here, and it will install the SQL Server. That's it, guys. That's it. I know it's a heavy, okay, but don't worry again. Just watch the session again. Tomorrow morning, I'll again help you to install one named instance. Not this much in detailed way. Whatever we discussed, whatever we left over some points, that will be discussed tomorrow. Remaining everything will just go next, and we'll be discussing some of the points, guys. Okay. It will take 15 minutes for the first time to install. Next time, why? Because for the first time, it has to install shade features and specific features. Next time, shade features are already installed, right? Only 3 specific features will be installed. Next time, it will take hardly 10 minutes to install. First time, it will take 10 to 12 minutes. Next time, it will take less time, maybe 5 minutes also. Guys, are we good or not? Any questions, please? So, interview questions wise, whatever we discussed, all are interview questions only. Like, can we change it or not after installation? Can we change collation settings or not? Can we change instance name or not? Can we change service account or not? What is authentication? How many types of authentication modes are? How many types of instances are there? How many instances you can install in a Windows machine? What are the prerequisites to install the SQL Server? So these are all interview questions only. And where it will store the commands, where to check installation related errors, that will be discussed in the next session. Guys, are we good or not? Please tell me, guys. Is that okay? Fine? Clear?
Yes.
It's just
Yes, sir.
okay.
It is fine, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What are the service accounts? What are the roles of them? What each service account do?
I told, right? What service account will do, guys? Tell me one point. Just one point.
We have 4 accounts, right? For each.
That's what.
Is it responsible for a specific?
So what normally what the service account will do, Abdul? Tell me.
Carries out the what you said. This carries out the read and write operation. Every service account has its own responsibility.
Correct. It is responsible for the read and write operations. So it is clear, right? What is service account is clear, right?
Yeah, service account is clear. We see 4 service accounts, right? What are their specific responsibility of
where you can see 4 service, not 4 service accounts actually. 4 services.
4 services.
4 services. Tomorrow I'll tell you. Once the installation is done, all the services will be created, right? So
right.
I'll tell you what is the importance of each service.
Okay.
No problem, Surabhi. Not an issue. Surabhi, you cannot access actually. The first sessions for you, right? Today is the first session. No, not you, Abdul. Surabhi. So Surabhi, you cannot access the videos as of now. Okay, so we have to complete the process and then you will get the access. As this is the first class today for you, so you cannot see the videos. Okay. Yeah. So reminding everyone, you know, right, how to access the material, videos, notes, everything, how to access it.
Yes.
Clear? So you should be able to see, go to your
Do we have
registered.
access to the softwares?
Sorry, Joel?
The softwares we need to install, like the OS and the server.
Softwares, I already gave you the access. You can go and check the same. Go to your registered mail ID, click on shared with me. You can see all the shared content.
I can't see the softwares from my side.
You should be able to see. You can see softwares folder. Just softwares folder you can see. You can
Hello,
see this
sir.
material and videos, right?
Krishna, Uyala, Jampala.
Lalita, Yala, Jampala.
Sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Lalita. I appreciate you. You are putting some extra efforts. No problem. Okay, guys.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, please. Yes.
I can't see the softwares, only videos and material.
That's okay. Just check your Gmail once. Check your Gmail. You should be able
Shanmugh,
to. Yes, yes, please. Yes, Dinesh.
will you upload this video tonight so that it will be more comfortable to us to revise it more and attend the class tomorrow morning?
I got you, Dinesh,
So,
but to process itself, it will take 2 hours. So I can
okay.
upload it now, but it will be accessible maybe after 2-3 hours only.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Question, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, yes, Ravi. Rajesh.
Yeah,
Yes,
is yes.
Rajesh.
Yeah, Rajesh, tell me. 1 minute, Doris. Just a minute. Just a minute. Rajesh, tell me.
Sir, as of now, I'm in shift, sir. I have a small doubt.
No problem.
Actually, Windows patching is going on a 24 production servers. So we fail the node to another node. The thing is, after failback, I need to check the node balancer. How I can check the node balancer, whether all the nodes are in correct or not. Is there any query or any job like that?
No queries, Rajesh. You have to check the resources only.
So one by one only we have to check.
Yeah, you have to check it.
Actually, the thing is, the proper information, I didn't get proper information from the previous shift guy. I mean, and all are 3 node clusters. I don't know which instance he failed or like that. That's why, is there anything to check all the things? I mean, is there anything to get the information about nodes or?
Rajesh, that you can check it in the logs, which instances failover and all in the cluster events. You can see that.
Yeah,
So
okay.
there you can see. Okay, so from there you can try to grab it. Okay, and you can see the resources concept, what and all resources are up and running. Everything you can see in the cluster manager. Guys, please don't mind. This is a different topic in the cluster. You will get to know. Okay, so he is having.
Actually,
yeah. Rajesh,
sir, actually the thing is, sir.
Will be discussed in the offline. Okay, why? Because people will confuse.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Doris, yes, please.
Yes, please. I was saying is yesterday's video uploaded, so at least we can catch up our lab up to that extent while we wait for this.
It was uploaded already. Till last class, it was uploaded.
Okay, so let me check.
You can see here 5 classes. Till now, this is the 6th class.
Okay, sir.
Okay, batch 53 videos. See, 5 classes are there.
All right, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Yes, Joel.
Yeah, I still cannot see the softwares.
Okay, no problem. I'll give you the access again. Not an issue.
Okay.
Right. Any other questions, guys?
Sir, any special purpose for .NET framework installing?
I told you that GUI, when we have GUI will work properly with the .NET framework only.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, so Windows machines, SQL products, Windows products, all are this one only,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
GUI products
Yeah,
only, right? So we should have .NET framework.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ravi, we can check in the configuration manager, but imagine if it is a cluster instance, which configuration manager you will check? You are going to check configuration manager of all the nodes. So if you see the cluster instances, what is the status or state of cluster instances in other nodes, passive nodes? What will be the state, Survey? Generally, if it is a cluster instance, forget about this case. This is a general doubt that Rajesh asked, right? Don't worry about this. So if it is a cluster instance on passive nodes, what will be the state? Whether they are up and running. Are they up and running on passive nodes also, Survey?
Sir, you are asking me, sir?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah, in passive nodes they are running, sir. The thing is actually after failover, actually we receive one mails every day regarding all the production nodes. So please check node node failover check mail. We receive one mail. If there is any node unbalanced node is there, we will receive one mail. Again, it will be the escalation for us. That's why we need to after completion of failback, we need to check whether all the nodes are in. I mean, A instance should be run in A node only. It should not run in B node. Like that, we need to check, we need to balance the nodes.
So for
As
that,
of now,
there is an option called preferred owner. Okay.
Yeah.
So preferred owner and running node you have to compare.
Okay.
Okay. There you can see, go to the instance properties in the cluster manager.
Okay.
And
Okay.
go to this. If you go down, you can see some products. I mean to say some services. Okay.
Yes.
So if you select the role and if you go down, there will be some services. Go to SQL Server services, or you can see preferred owner. You can see the below. You can see preferred owner. Sometimes it will show you any node. Sometimes it will show you user settings.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you see that? When you select the role in the below window, you can see user settings, preferred owner, user settings. You can see. So if preferred owner, can you see that now?
No, sir, I'm not connecting that
Okay,
server.
no problem, no problem. Just you can see, go to roles, select the role, you can see preferred owner, preferred node.
Okay.
When you select that node, it will show you what is the preferred node on which node it is running. If both are same, then that will be fine. If both are not same, then that is not running on the preferred owner. So you have to fail back or fail over.
Yeah, got it. Okay, sir, thank you.
Yeah.
I will check one by one.
Done. So guys, you can see, make sure to install all the components properly. Make sure all the components are successfully installed or not. Even one component is failed to install, that's not a proper installation. Okay, make sure everything is green in the last screen. See here, install successful. So make sure everything is green in the last screen, guys. Okay, so now you can see install successful. So you can see one more file called summary file. Tomorrow we'll discuss about this summary file. Okay, chalo guys, are we good? Again, tomorrow morning I'll show you how to install SQL Server. This time I'll show you a named instance. Nothing to worry, guys. Please, nothing to worry. Very simple. Okay, as we discussed all the components at a time, so it might create some kind of confusion. I can understand the things. Please don't worry. Tomorrow morning we'll discuss again. Okay. Chalo, are we good, guys, now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Sanmuk.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. That's it for now. We'll connect tomorrow morning. Okay, for Indian and for US people tonight. Okay. So that's it, guys. Thank you. All. Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Sanmuk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shanmu.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, Sanmuk.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.